Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to see about the posterior relations of the lesser sac and also the recesses of the lesser sac, right? So in the previous video we saw about what is a lesser sac and what are all the anterior boundaries of the lesser sac. If you want to watch the video, please do check the description box for link. So before looking into the posterior boundary, it is worthy to see the lesser sac through a horizontal section. So this is a horizontal section through the abdomen. Let me mention you the parts one by one. So this is the parietal peritoneum, and here what you are seeing here, this is the liver. So this is the visceral peritoneum covering the liver, and this is the porta hepatis containing the bile duct, and then the portal vein, and here you could see the hepatic artery. And this is the stomach, and this is the spleen. So these two layers of peritoneum covering the anterior surface and posterior surface of the stomach, they extend from the stomach to that of the spleen. They are called as gastrosplenic ligament. And this portion what you are seeing here, this one is the lesser sac, and here you could see the epiploic foramen. This is the epiploic foramen through which the lesser sac communicates with the greater sac, right? And then of course this is the left kidney, and this is the right kidney. Then this is inferior vena cava, and this is the aorta, that is abdominal aorta. Now coming to the posterior boundaries of the lesser sac. For that I am going to draw a sagittal section through the abdomen. Hope all could orient yourself. Though I am mentioning the structures, so see, this is the parietal peritoneum attached to the anterior abdominal wall, and what you are seeing here, this is the visceral peritoneum covering the liver. And as I already mentioned, from the porta hepatis, two layers of peritoneum, they slip off and they form the lesser omentum, that is the anterior layer of the lesser omentum and the posterior layer of the lesser omentum. So see, this one is the lesser omentum. Lesser omentum connecting liver with that of the stomach, and then of course the lesser omentum, they are attached to the lesser curvature of the stomach. Then what you are seeing here, this one is stomach, and this is the greater omentum. This is the first layer of the greater omentum, and this is the second layer of the greater omentum. In the previous video, as I mentioned in the previous video, the first layer folds upon itself to form the fourth layer of the greater omentum, whereas the second layer, it folds upon itself to form the third layer of the greater omentum. Then what you're seeing here, this is the pancreas, and then this is the transverse colon, and what's lining that, it is called as transverse mesocolon. Of course, as I already mentioned in the previous video, the peritoneum takes its own name according to the organ it is lining. If you want to watch the video on the peritoneum, please do check the description box for the link. So this is transverse mesocolon, and this one, it is duodenum. Then these things lining the small intestine, they are called as mesentery. The peritoneum suspending the small intestine is called as mesentery, and these are small intestine. And then the entire portion behind the stomach, this is called as the lesser sac. This is called as the lesser sac. Let us see one by one what are all the structures that form the posterior boundary of the lesser sac. So the first one is the third layer of the greater omentum. Here you can see the second layer of the greater omentum folds upon itself to form the third layer of the greater omentum. So this third layer, it forms the posterior boundary. First one is third layer of greater omentum. Then the second one is the peritoneum covering the anterior superior surface of the transverse colon. This is the anterior superior surface of the transverse colon, and the peritoneum lining it forms the posterior boundary of the lesser sac. Peritoneum covering anterior superior surface of transverse colon. Then the third boundary, it is formed by the peritoneum covering the anterior surface of the pancreas. So this is the peritoneum covering the anterior surface of the body of the pancreas. So it also forms the posterior boundary of the lesser sac. Anterior surface of pancreas. And of course the peritoneum covering the left kidney, left suprarenal gland, and then the splenic vessels and the diaphragm, they also form the posterior boundary of the lesser sac. So once again I am mentioning the posterior boundaries. The first one is the third layer of the greater omentum, and then the peritoneum covering the anterior superior surface of the transverse colon, and then the peritoneum covering anterior surface of the pancreas, left suprarenal, left kidney, splenic vessels, and the diaphragm. Now coming to the recesses of the lesser sac. So this lesser sac, it could be divided into three recesses, namely the superior recess, inferior recess, and then the splenic recess. Let us see what are all the structures that divide the lesser sac into the recesses. One is the right gastropancreatic fold. Actually this fold rises from the posterior abdominal wall, and also the hepatic artery lies within the right gastropancreatic fold, and this left gastric artery, this rising from the celiac trunk, actually follows a course upwards and backwards. So the left gastropancreatic fold arises along with the course of the left gastric artery. So these two folds, the right gastropancreatic fold and the left gastropancreatic fold, divides the lesser sac into superior recess and inferior recess. So this is the line. Above this is the superior recess of the lesser sac, and below that this is the inferior recess of the lesser sac. Let me make that more clear. Actually a fold arises from the posterior abdominal wall towards the stomach, that is right gastropancreatic fold. In a similar way, near the stomach from the celiac trunk arises left gastric artery, along with that arises another fold called left gastropancreatic fold towards the posterior abdominal wall. This divides the lesser sac into two compartments, one is the superior recess and another one is the inferior recess. So this entire portion of the lesser sac represents the superior recess, and this entire portion, it represents the inferior recess of the lesser sac. Then coming to the splenic recess, what you are seeing here, this one is the splenic recess. Actually this splenic recess lies between the gastrosplenic ligament and lienorenal ligaments. Actually what you are seeing here, this is the gastrosplenic ligament and this one is the lienorenal ligaments. Lienorenal ligaments are nothing but the ligaments connecting the spleen with that of the kidney, that is the left kidney actually. So the portion of the lesser sac between the gastrosplenic ligament and lienorenal ligaments, this is the splenic recess of the lesser sac.